Imagine one conversation just a few seconds long that would change the fate of a club, a player, and even football history itself. Before we dive into this epic story, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe so you never miss out on more powerful football stories like this one. The year was 2003. Jose Mourinho, a rising star in the world of football management, was leading Porto into a crucial Champions League clash against Olympique Marseille. The Velodrome that night was a cauldron of noise and passion, thousands of fans waving flags, chanting relentlessly, creating an atmosphere so intense it felt like the stadium itself was alive. On the pitch, one man stood out above all, Didier Drogba. The Ivorian forward was a force of nature. With a combination of raw power, clinical finishing, and relentless energy, he terrorized Porto's defense. And when he scored, he celebrated with a fire that made even the most seasoned professionals take notice. His passion was real. His hunger was undeniable. His joy infectious. Mourinho, watching from the sideline, couldn't help but be captivated. This wasn't just another talented striker. This was a leader, a warrior, a man born for the big moments. At halftime, deep within the echoing concrete tunnels of the Velodrome, fate allowed their paths to cross. As the teams filed past each other, Mourinho stopped Drogba. Smiling, he said with a spark in his eye, "I don't have enough money to buy you, but do you have any cousins in Ivory Coast who play like you?" Drogba chuckled, wrapping an arm around Mourinho in a friendly hug, and with quiet confidence replied, "One day, you'll be at a club that can sign me." It was a passing conversation, a brief human moment lost amid the chaos of elite football, but it planted a seed that would soon grow into something historic. Fast forward just 6 months, Mourinho had taken the football world by storm by winning the UEFA Cup with Porto, and soon after, he lifted the Champions League trophy itself. His meteoric rise caught the attention of Roman Abramovich, who was building a new football empire at Chelsea. Mourinho was handed the keys to the kingdom, a blank check to build a dynasty. Everyone expected Mourinho to target the biggest, flashiest names in European football, Galácticos, superstars. But when he arrived at Stamford Bridge, he made his priorities crystal clear. "I want Didier Drogba." The boardroom buzzed with doubt. Why Drogba? Why not a proven Premier League striker? He's only had one great season. Is it worth the risk? Is he really the man to lead us to glory? But Mourinho stood firm. He saw in Drogba what no statistic could capture: a spirit, a resilience, a burning desire to win at any cost. He knew that Drogba was a player built not just for highlights, but for wars, title races, finals, moments when everything was on the line. Chelsea paid Marseille £24 million for Drogba, a record at the time for the club. The media criticized the move. Fans questioned it, but Mourinho never wavered, and Drogba, he repaid that faith with interest. Over 9 unforgettable years, Drogba became the heart and soul of Chelsea Football Club. He scored 163 goals in 378 appearances, won 4 Premier League titles, 4 FA Cups, 3 League Cups, and the Holy Grail, the UEFA Champions League in 2012, where his last-minute header and decisive penalty sealed the greatest night in the club's history. But for Mourinho, the goals and trophies told only part of the story. Drogba embodied everything Mourinho valued: loyalty, bravery, selflessness. He played through injuries, fought for his teammates, and lifted everyone around him. Their bond went beyond tactics or training sessions. It was built on mutual respect, a shared understanding born that night in Marseille when 2 ambitious men recognized greatness in each other. Today, when people talk about Drogba's legacy, they speak of the goals, the titles, the magic moments. But it all began with one simple conversation, one spark of belief, and a promise made in the noisy tunnel of the Velodrome. Sometimes the greatest dynasties don't start with contracts or negotiations. They start with a look, a handshake, and a dream shared between 2 believers. If this story gave you goosebumps, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe for more untold football moments that shaped legends. Thanks for being here, and stay tuned, there are so many more incredible true stories coming your way.